What's up, Slick Dealers? Everybody knows about the AirPods Pro. They've become somewhat of a golden standard for wireless earbuds, but with an MSRP of $250, not everyone's gonna want to invest in a pair of these. I will say, we do see some pretty slick deals for the AirPods Pro, with the best ever being an Amazon Renewed set for only $90 on Prime Day 2021. But what if there was an even cheaper, reliable option available on the market? And what if that pair of earbuds had almost the same features of the AirPods Pro in an all-black package for only $60? Enter the Wyze Buds Pro, a brand new set of inexpensive wireless earbuds. Today we're going to compare these two headphones in a variety of categories so you can find out which one. Before we get into it, have you considered subscribing to the Slickdeals YouTube channel? We do product reviews and occasionally find you guys some pretty sleek deals. You should also turn on notifications so you can pop on the next video as soon as it drops. Also, if you make a purchase through any of the links in our description, Slickdeals may get a commission from that. Now, let's get started. First, we're going to talk about design and comfort. The Wyze Buds Pro come in a matte black oval charging case. The earbuds themselves sit with the stems on the inner part of the case, opposite the positioning of the AirPods Pro. I found this to make them a little bit more challenging to take out of the charging case, along with the fact that the gloss finish on these earbuds isn't the most grippy. Speaking on comfort, I don't have much to offer in terms of comparison between these two. Both earbuds come with multiple ear tip size options, and they both feel pretty comfortable to me. If I had to pick a set with an advantage, it would probably be the AirPods Pro, but that's only because they have a feature built into iOS that checks the seal on the headphones and tells you if you have the right size tips in. But you can also just feel for that yourself.
Let's talk about features. First, durability. Both of these headsets are rated IPX4 for water resistance, meaning they are splash and sweat proof. But let's not go dunking them in our coffee. Bad idea.
Setting up both devices gives you totally different experiences, by the way. For the AirPods Pro, you take them out of the box, open the case, and a screen pops up for your iPhone to connect them, and voila! From there, if you have any Apple devices with the latest operating systems, these can seamlessly switch to them when you pick them up. No extra action required. The Wyze Buds do not set up this smoothly because they aren't proprietary, I get it. Here's what you can expect first out of the box. You open up the case, press and hold the side button until this LED light on the top starts flashing to indicate Bluetooth pairing mode. Then you find them under the Bluetooth devices and connect. From there, you need to download the Wyze app to control custom functions. When you download, you sign up for a Wyze account, then select the Wyze Buds Pro from the list of their available devices. It'll have you update the firmware on these before you can listen, and you can expect this whole process to take about 20 minutes from the time you unbox it to actually getting to listen to the headphones.
And finally, this is how you switch between listening modes, as well as change the customized taps on the earbuds. And yeah, it's just a little tap on this matte section, not a press and a hold like with the AirPods Pro.
My main gripe with the Wyze Buds Pro is that you can't currently use custom taps to switch between noise cancellation and transparency modes, but they have both of those modes, just like the AirPods Pro. And this is a big difference between the two: noise cancellation. The AirPods Pro feature noise cancellation up to 23 decibels, while the Wyze Buds Pro tout up to 40 dB of active noise cancellation and wind noise reduction, something you can definitely hear when switching between that mode and transparency. Just sitting in the office, switching to transparency mode, I thought I was hearing a jet fly over the building. It was just me hearing the AC after being in noise cancellation mode for the last 20 minutes though. If you really want massive noise cancellation, these suckers do it for a very reasonable price, and it might be their biggest selling point. I touched on app functionality a bit earlier, but I wanted to restate that it annoys me I have to use the app. Wyze doesn't give you another way of switching listening modes. You basically have to use the app, at least when you're on an iPhone, to get from noise cancellation to off or transparency. And anytime you want to switch these to another device, you put both the earbuds back in the charging case, hit the pairing button again, rinse and repeat. One cool note though, the Wyze app on your phone will continue to work with the buds even if you pair them to another device like your computer. That kind of blew my mind. Wyze gives you Alexa built in for Android users, and you can use Siri with them as well on iPhones. For features, I'd give the headsets a tie. If you're an iPhone user, the unique perks of the AirPods Pro and ease of use would make them the winner, but their lack of relevancy with Android users puts the Wyze Buds Pro neck and neck with them. Todd, why aren't you working with me on this? The AirPods Pro have the killer spatial audio feature, which has been amped by Dolby Atmos sound integration on new music for Apple Music listeners, which results in some pretty premium sound, in my opinion. You just can't get this on a non-Apple device, Wyze Buds Pro included. But I spent the last 2 days testing the audio of the Wyze Buds Pro to get acquainted with the sound and the functionality, and I can't complain about the sound quality. However, I'm not an expert on sound quality by any means, and I felt that I needed to do some outsourcing on this particular category, so I went to other reviews of the headphones for consensus. Ratings gave the AirPods Pros a neutral sound rating of 7.4 out of 10. Their meaning of neutral sound is how accurately a pair of headphones can reproduce a neutral sound profile. The Wyze Buds Pro surprisingly received a 7.6 out of 10 review, which is 0.2 points higher than the AirPods Pro. Shooketh, I am. Although ratings overall preferred the AirPods Pro more, when it came to sound quality, they wrote, the Wyze have a more neutral default sound profile, which some users may prefer. PC Mag was a tad more critical of the Wyze Buds Pro, giving them an overall rating of 3.5 out of 5, while they reviewed the AirPods Pro at 4 out of 5. We'll post the links to both of these reviews so you can get more technical and read about them in depth if you want to. The one thing I will say I noticed negatively about these is some connection instability. Once or twice, the headphones would cut in and out on connection, and I'd lose sound for about a second. I tested out microphone quality with both the headsets, recording a voice memo with each to give you a comparison. Here they are.
This is a test of audio quality from the microphone on the Wyze Buds Pro. I'm sitting at my desk speaking into the Voice Memos app on the iPhone 12 Pro.
And this is a recording using the AirPods Pro.
This is a test of the audio quality from the microphone on the AirPods Pro. I'm sitting at my desk speaking into the Voice Memos app on my iPhone 12 Pro.
I think the sound quality was similar, but I noticed some cracking with the Wyze set that wasn't there with the AirPods Pro. This was a little concerning for me considering the occasional unstable connection I mentioned earlier with the Buds. The winner for performance has to be the AirPods Pro. Though for the average listener, I don't personally think you'd notice a big difference in sound quality outside of the Dolby Atmos sound in Apple Music because I didn't. I've touched on cross-compatibility a little already, but the biggest thing to note is that the Wyze Buds Pro function essentially the same on either device with one added perk. On Android, it has Alexa functionality built in. Comparatively, several features on the AirPods Pro are reduced or non-existent on Android. No spatial audio, no customizing the button presses, no smart assistant, though they do allow you to change listening modes with a long press on the stems on Android, which is kind of impressive in my opinion. On to battery life. The Wyze Buds Pro and AirPods Pro feature virtually the same specs on the earbuds with about 4.5 to 6 hours of listening depending on what mode you're in. But the AirPods Pro charging case rounds out that full battery life to about 24 hours, whereas the Wyze Buds Pro only gives you an additional 10 for a total of 16.5 hours of battery life. Both are also capable of wireless charging with Qi chargers, and then the Wyze Buds uses a USB-C cable for wired charging, whereas the AirPods Pro uses a lightning cable. In personal tests, I actually found the Wyze Buds Pro to exceed my expectations on battery life, though I certainly can't say that they performed better than the AirPods Pro. Pricing and availability. This is gonna be an interesting section. The AirPods Pro are quite a bit pricier with an MSRP of $250, but see, there are deals on these all the time. So much so that I can confidently say that you should never pay more than $180 for a pair of AirPods Pro. The best deal that we've seen, like I mentioned earlier in the video, was $90 for an Amazon Renewed pair, which is crazy. The Wyze Buds Pro are significantly cheaper, even than that best deal we've seen with an MSRP of $60. Unfortunately, at the time of this shoot, they are sold out. For price and availability, I'd say it's a tie, I guess, or maybe even the AirPods Pro win right now, because if you can't get a pair of Wyze Buds Pro, it doesn't really matter how cheap they're supposed to be. Hopefully this will change for future viewers. So in this earbuds battle, which one? This is really tough. Honestly, one of the toughest which ones I've done. And the biggest problem is that the Wyze Buds Pro aren't actually on the market right now. They're sold out. At the moment, considering all the deals you can find for these, the fact that you can actually buy them, and for their pretty solid reliability and sound quality, the AirPods Pro win by default. However, if these little pieces of ear candy were available for pickup, my frugal sensibilities and general lack of sound quality experience would steer a hard left to the Wyze Buds Pro. And at only $60, you're saving at least $100 over the AirPods Pro. They have to be the best value wireless headphones, and the features they offer for the money are incredible. And here's my personal take. I'm not being facetious here when I say I like these so much that I might legitimately use them in place of the AirPods Pro from time to time, for two reasons. One, the noise cancellation is pretty choice. I'm a light sleeper, and I can see myself popping these in with some white noise sound and taking a little nap. And two, they're black, and I like black earbuds better than white. Is that all clear? If you're an audiophile, you're not gonna get either of these or take them seriously, so let's not blow up the comments about how they're both trash headsets. The AirPods Pro are cool, and if you're on an iPhone with Apple Music, they're better for the Dolby Atmos sound through spatial audio. But in most cases, the Wyze Buds Pro win for the average listener. This has been WhichWon. I'm Pete King. Now check out some of our other product comparisons. We've got everything from coolers to headphones. I'm gonna go take a nap now. This 40 dB noise cancellation is really gonna help. Heck,